Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. As a result of the decision taken by the southern governors at Asaba, most of the Fulanis are on their way back to the north. But guess what? The north have repeatedly spoken their mind in respect to that decision. That's talking about decision on open grazing. And they have spelled out some of the things that the southerners have done in the northern part of the country, which has brought tears to their eyes. It's best you listen carefully to this interview because it opened up the person who is a renowned northerner who has worked in different capacities, opened up on some of the things which he calls vices carried out by the southerners in the northern part. And according to him, he said those who will lose greater will be the south. But first of all, let's listen to what he has to say. Professor Usman Yusuf, who is the former executive secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme NHIS, has accused southerners in the country of profiling the Fulani ethnic group, even though some tribes from the region are largely responsible for some vices in the northern region of the country. Speaking in an interview with The Sun, Usman alleged that agitation for restructuring and secession are blackmail tools being employed by the Igbos and Yorubas to force their way into the presidential villa in Abuja in 2023. When asked why, he said the 17 southern governors should have consulted Fulani groups before banning open grazing, even though Kano and some other northern states banned the consumption of alcohol without carrying along other stakeholders. Usman said, "I said, and I am repeating it, that the Asaba Declaration is unconstitutional based on Section 4 of the Nigerian Constitution, which guarantees every Nigerian the right to live and earn a living in any part of the country, regardless of ethnicity, politics, and religion. What they did was unconstitutional, null and void. Secondly, making a particular law that is specific against an ethnic group is dangerous. I also said that Asaba Declaration is nothing but a premeditated quit notice for all Fulanis to leave the south. It is just like the governor of Kano or any state in the north saying do not sell spare part and does not provide an alternative place for Igbo traders to sell their wares. Many of these Fulanis in the south have lived there for generations. Many don't even speak Hausa. So if I am governor of the state in the north and say, do not sell spare part in this place, but I did not provide an alternative place for you to sell spare part, it is just like saying Igbo spare part dealers should leave my place. Asaba Declaration was nothing but a quick notice for all Fulanis to leave the south. Fulani haters have started leaving the south, which is very dangerous. Leadership matters. Those 17 governors didn't think through the national security implication of their political gerrymandering in Asaba. Those haters are citizens of the South. You don't make laws without consulting them. They have lived there for generations, more than many of these governors. All of a sudden, you tell them not to do what they have done for generations. You vilify them for all the crimes in the South. What of the Eastern Security Network and IPOB that are killing police and everybody there? Let's see if this killing will stop as Fulanis are leaving the South. Southern governors need to be sensible. They are saying all the security problem in the South because of Fulani haters who have lived there for generations. They are just trying to find an ethnic group to vilify, and I warn that they should be very careful. There are over 15 million Igbos living peacefully in the north. We elders and all our traditional rulers as well as clerics have been trying to keep things down. We have seen 7 Hausa soya sellers killed in Imo. We have seen pictures posted online by ESN IPOP of Fulani families, women and children they kill. I have personally interacted with these families. Nobody is saying anything. I blame Igbo leaders for their silence. If anything happens to the Igbos in the north, the first people that will come out are traditional rulers and the clerics will be calming down the situation. But in the southeast, Nnamdi Kanu and ESN are doing that rascality, specifically targeting another ethnic group. But I do not hear a word from any Igbo elders. They are in Abuja looking for Igbo presidency. Oh my God. The way they are going southeast will be worse than the northeast. These Igbo leaders that are shouting Igbo presidency will run to Abuja or Lagos. They are afraid of Nnamdi Kanu and are trying to appease him. In the southwest, Igbo, who is nothing but an illiterate political talk, is doing all this nonsense and now calling the shot in the region that claims to be very educated. But everybody is keeping silent. The North is looking and watching quietly. All of a sudden, the Southwest leaders ran to Lagos to say they are not for secession. You cannot have your cake and eat it. You can't gather 17 of you in Asaba and give people quick notice and come to Lagos and say we are not together with them. No, you are together. Asaba declaration is unconstitutional, null and void, and they need to be very careful. Politics is not trade. It is not blackmail. It is reaching out to people. He further added, I am 60 years old and I have lived in this country long enough. All they are saying is bullshit. And they know that all the senior advocates of Nigeria, many of them are my juniors and interact with them and they call me. They are telling us that the Fulanis are the cause of the security problem in the whole of the South. The Fulani have left the Southeast now and it is scary. They can do all their talks. These senior advocates of Nigerians you are talking about are in Abuja. They should be in the Southeast engaging IPOP just as we go inside the forest to engage bandit. If I use my cow to destroy your farm, isn't there a law against it? Why should they paint the whole of the Fulani in the South in bad light? The Igbo brought drugs in the North and they are also into robbery. The 19 governors have never tinted the Igbos. The biggest armed robbers in the North have been Igbos, Yorubas, and Edo people. And they are also the biggest kidnappers. Go to Kano, the drugs are brought from the East. We are warning the South against profiling, vilifying, dehumanizing an ethnic group, as this will not get us anywhere. So they can do all the nonsense. We are very educated too. The Constitution is clear. Section 4 protects every citizen. There are a lot of Igbos, Yorubas, and other Southerners in the North living very well and peacefully. The Southern governors need to be very careful. Ondo State Governor Akeredolu, who is spearheading this, did his NYSC in Yola and stayed in Yola to practice as a young lawyer. The hospitality of the Fulani in Yola is what made him what he is today. He is married to an Igbo woman and so is supposed to be a better Nigerian than any other person. People need to be very careful. These politicians will mess this country and run away. This country we call Nigeria was brought by the blood and sweat of people, not these opportunistic politicians. If they continue making laws vilifying an ethnic group, Igbos will be losers. That is why we elders in the North are raising our voice to say that the Asaba nonsense must stop. The killing of Northerners in the East by the so-called unknown gunmen who you all know are IPOP and ESN must stop. Igbos have far real estate and financial investment in the North, courtesy of the goodwill, the kindness, and the generosity of our people across the North. If a governor decides to revoke or do any law to revoke their real estate or their financial investment, Igbos will be losers. Igbos need to be very careful. They have so much investment and so many of them are living in the North. The North hasn't anything in the South as they have now kicked out all the Fulani herdsmen in the Southeast. Wow, man, this one is a big one, and he's just firing without stopping. And he's talking about what had happened far back, the decision by the Southerners. I think that it's high time for Southern governors to be very plain about this thing. We are not, from what I have gathered and from most of the things we have seen before now, even before that meeting took place, they are not ethnic profiling Fulanis. There are still a lot of Fulanis who are living in the southern part of Nigeria doing other businesses. A lot of them are into building. They are building. Most of them are into contract. Some of them are working as, big men in different organizations. Those ones, nobody's troubling them. But these headers, they are the ones that are causing the wahala. And you need to call them to order. It's not by coming to blah, 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 blah. We should call them to order, and we should do everything to maintain peace, because the points that he has also made mention of, they are truly, verifiable truths. There are a lot of Igbos in the North. Most of them, they speak this Igbo language as if it's, Yoruba Hausa language as if it's nothing. So we've got to be careful. I like to leave it there.